You are listening to Connection Quest, where every episode is a heartwarming journey to unravel the mysteries of love, intimacy, and the art of meaningful relationships. Join Miku as he explores the real, sometimes messy, always meaningful paths to building stronger, more vibrant romantic bonds. Forget quick fixes. We're digging into the heart of connection, understanding, communication, intimacy, and growing together. Ready to deepen your relationship journey? Let's begin.
Welcome back to Connection Quest. Miku here, and today I'm joined by a marvelous guest, Zadie Blake. Welcome, Zadie.
Thanks, Miku. I'm really excited to be here and dive into today's topic with you.
Absolutely, and what a topic it is. The silent saboteurs in our relationships, those hidden expectations we never talk about. You know, last time we talked about deepening connections through self-awareness and intentional communication. Today builds on that in a way, because those unspoken expectations often lurk in the shadows of what we truly desire but never express.
Exactly, Miku. And it's funny how we all have these expectations, but we often don't realize their impact until something, usually minor, triggers us. It's like expecting your partner to read your mind, then feeling disappointed when they don't. It's a recipe for misunderstanding.
Right. It boils down to assumptions we unknowingly make about roles, affection, communication, pretty much all aspects of a relationship, really. Have you encountered this in your experience, Zadie?
Oh, definitely. When I work with clients, hidden expectations are a common theme. One couple I remember had this ongoing conflict about how they spent their weekends. One partner assumed they would always spend Saturdays together, while the other preferred a mix of social activities with friends. Because they never communicated these expectations, Saturday mornings often started with tension.
That's a perfect example. It's often something we label as not a big deal, but it layers over time, becoming quite significant. What do you think are some other common hidden expectations in relationships?
Roles and responsibilities in domestic life come up a lot. There might be an expectation that one person takes care of certain chores without it ever being discussed, because that's how it was in their family structure, perhaps. And then there's affection. Some expect regular compliments or physical touch, while their partner might not even realize that's expected of them unless it's shared openly.
Yes, and I think an unspoken but significant expectation revolves around communication itself. How often are we expected to check in during the day, or the manner in which arguments should be resolved? Some expect their partner to want to hash things out immediately, while their counterpart might need some time to cool off before discussing things. This disparity can cause friction.
Absolutely. And what's fascinating is that these aren't wrong expectations, they're just mismanaged due to lack of communication. Every couple will have their unique blend of expectations based on their past experiences and personal needs.
Couldn't agree more, Zadie. Now, how can we guide our listeners in navigating these expectations so they don't become those silent saboteurs?
The key, honestly, is to start with self-awareness. Before addressing your partner, take time to understand what you expect and why. Ask yourself if these are realistic expectations. Once you're clear about your own needs, approach your partner in a non-confrontational way. Using I statements helps, like, I feel loved when we spend quality time together on weekends. This doesn't place the burden on them, but rather shares your personal perspective.
I adore that approach. It's so much about opening up dialogue rather than accusing or blaming. From personal experience, I find that it's easier to discuss these things when you're both relaxed and have the mental bandwidth to explore these topics earnestly, rather than in the heat of a disagreement.
That's an excellent point. Timing is critical. Bringing these conversations up when both of you are calm and perhaps in a positive relationship phase can help the discussion flow better. Do you have any illustrative anecdotes from your work or personal life?
Actually, yes. In one of my past relationships, there was this silent expectation around texting. I remember feeling valued when there was frequent communication throughout the day, but from their perspective, it was overwhelming. Eventually, I expressed my feelings without making it seem like an accusation. What transformed was our mutual understanding. We agreed on a rhythm and style of communication that suited us both. It was a game changer.
That's a perfect example of how revealing expectations can lead to better compromises. It's not about getting what you initially wanted, but finding what works best for the both of you. These small revelations can ignite significant positive shifts in a relationship.
And addressing them requires courage and willingness to make oneself vulnerable. I suppose acknowledging and respecting the fear of bringing these discussions out into the open is crucial. It takes practice, right?
Indeed, Miku, it really does. Honesty about your needs and fears initiates personal growth as well as relational growth. It's helpful to build up this muscle with smaller, less intimidating discussions before moving on to the bigger themes in your partnership.
That's a brilliant strategy, Zadie. Slowly expanding your comfort zone. Before we wrap up, are there any additional pieces of advice or reminders you'd offer our listeners on this topic?
I would emphasize patience and empathy. Understand that just as you have unspoken expectations, so does your partner. Approach your relationship as a continuous dialogue. Be patient with yourself and your partner. Recognize that transformation takes time, but each step towards clearer communication lessens those silent saboteurs' grip.
Empathy is truly the glue for these conversations. Thank you for joining us today, Zadie. Your insights have been incredibly enlightening, and I'm sure our listeners have gained a great deal from your expertise and personal touch.
Thank you for having me, Miku. I've enjoyed our chat immensely and hope it sparks healthy conversations among your listeners.
All right, everyone. That's it for today's episode of Connection Quest. Remember, bringing those silent expectations into the open is a step toward deeper connection. Keep the conversation going, and we'll see you next time.